Shirt, bro.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Introduce yourself, Grant. I'm Negri.
Yeah!
So, anybody here from upstate New York at all? Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So, it doesn't really matter because it's a bottomless pit of hell anyway. But the Finger Lakes froze. Well, at least 3 of the 5 of them. So, we got Lake Owasco, Lake Candayuga, and Lake Cayuga. All froze this winter. So Mother Nature's telling us to go fuck ourselves. At least the people upstate. But I mean, they hear that enough anyway, so that kind of sucks for them. But it's funny because I've been told to fuck off like my entire life. Since I was like 8, that's when it started. But it was kind of my fault because I was an 8-year-old who was like 300 pounds, give or take. And no exaggeration, double chin, more like double head. And it was cool too, because like I got bullied, and I actually was happy that I got bullied because you really learn a lot of creativity. 8-year-olds are the most creative people on the planet. You get called butterbean, butterball, fathead, fat shit, fatty, tubby, teletubby, Howard Taft. What else? Mr. Piggy, Mrs. Piggy, Kermit's lover, and my favorite one of all, Fat Expensive.
What?
And this is because in third grade, Miss Lipansky decided to teach us about fat-free food. So one of my classmates was like, "Oh, Nick, he's not fat-free, he's fat expensive." And it was cool because like they were so creative. I loved these names. They were unbelievable. And then of course Miss Lipansky was like, "Oh yeah, Jimmy, of course. That's true." Couldn't get any help from the teacher. But it got really depressing after a while because once people grow up, they aren't as creative anymore. In high school, I was just fat shit. Yeah, I kept some of the weight on, but I did lose most of it. I wasn't that bad, but like, you couldn't have kept Fat Expensive. I love that one. It was great. But yeah, it was just really depressing that people just, they get older and they get less creative. But now fast forward again, and I'm still getting told to fuck off. Last week in geology, there were these 2 girls, and I call them twits. Not because they're dumb, because they only speak in tweets, out loud to each other. I don't get it. So one girl's just like, "Oh my god, last week we were dancing at the club. Hashtag great times. Hashtag YPR. And then the other girl responds like this is normal behavior. "Oh, we were so drunk. Hashtag white girl wasted." So then, all right, they're going on like this. They talk like this the whole class. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, how can I troll these people? I got it. So they start going on, and I'm like, favorite, retweet, and then one of the girls, I mean, they set themselves up for this type of stuff, but one of the girls was like, I just finished my lollipop. Hashtag give me something hard to suck on. Favorite, retweet, reply, hi Nick. But I guess they kind of caught on after that one, which, and I understand why, but they came up to me after the class, and one of the girls was like, "I can't believe you're ruining our good time. We're young, beautiful girls. We're trying to have a good time. Just because we won't sleep with you doesn't mean you have to take your angst and depression out on us." So I looked at it, I was like, wow, that was a tiny bit offensive. I'll be honest, I took that to heart a little bit, but lucky for me, I came up with the only thing that I knew they would understand. Listen, if you're not going to say it in 140 characters or less, I don't want to hear it. But yeah, that's pretty much why I don't ever get any girls. Right. Okay. So now I have a friend who actually was the kid who came up with Fat Expensive. I've been friends with him forever, and you come up with a great nickname like that, I'm gonna just keep you around. But I talked to him, and he says I text him a lot, and the issue I have with him is that after every single thing I text him, he has to respond, he has to add LOL at the end of it. First of all, I have an issue with LOL because how many times are you actually laughing out loud when you say LOL? Really? And if you're laughing out loud, that's weird. You just look so weird if you're laughing. So he says LOL after everything. And most of the times it doesn't even make any sense. So I'm like, hey man, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, LOL. Cool, do you want to hang out? Yeah, sure, LOL. I'm going to go and grab you now, is that cool? Yeah, LOL. I just got to stop by and say hi to my grandpa at the hospital, is that cool? Yeah, no problem, take your time, LOL. Hey man, not going to make it for lunch. My grandpa went into cardiac arrest. Oh, I hope he's okay. LOL.
Oh my God.
So, and then after that, my grandpa's fine, just so in case anyone was worried or happened to be worried. He's okay. And then a week later after that whole fiasco, I texted my friend a picture. This was around the time Honey Boo Boo decided to take her head instead of a cupcake ATM and go like this. Hey man, I was the original Honey Boo Boo, so I don't. But yeah, so I sent him that picture, and all I got back was cool. That's what you don't find funny? You'll laugh out loud at everything else, but that's the one you don't find funny? All right, no big deal. Speaking of texting though, my mom just got a smartphone, which is like 98% of the other people in this country. But she also got with it texting. And the issue with her and having a smartphone and texting now is that she originally started texting me every 15 minutes. Which would kind of get annoying because I would go downstairs, eat dinner, and then go back up, and then she'd be like, how was dinner? You couldn't just ask me while I was sitting right in front of you? And then if I don't respond, she comes into my room and she's like, oh my God, I thought there was a problem. Oh my goodness. And then she started getting to have an issue where her stories, she would send the stories half finished. So I would get it could be one long story, but it just cut in the most terrible times. So, for example, my mom texted me. She's like, "Nick, something very terrible happened with my what? Your cousin. She went out drinking with her friends, and she didn't wake up. What? For about 6 hours. So your aunt decided to call the ambulance, but she didn't make it. What? Because when the ambulance got there, they woke her up. Then she ended up dead. And this was I'm seeing there, it's like, what? She ended up dead. How does this doesn't even make any sense. I don't even understand how this story happens. Dead because her aunt said that, sorry, I apologize.
Run it back.
Yeah. Should I run the whole thing back?
Oh, thanks.
Okay. So, she texted me, Nick, something very terrible happened with your cousin. She didn't wake up for 6 hours. She called the ambulance. She didn't make it. When the ambulance guys got there, they pronounced her dead. But only because your aunt is gonna kill her because and now she's doing community service. I got this in 15-minute bursts. And then she sent me a smiley face after. Because that makes it all okay. But then autocorrect started to have an issue against her as well. I was in CVS, and for whatever reason, there's a pharmacy girl who I always say, hey, are there any drugs you can make back there stronger than my love? I don't know why I do it. I don't get it, but I do. I always ask. And, I mean, eventually it'll work.
I love it.
But I'm not sure if it really should, because if the type of girl who's going to be interested in that tired line is someone that I don't necessarily want to be with. But anyway, so I'm in CVS, and Mom's like, all right, I need you to pick up potato chips, Q-tips, and an epic penis. All right, no, wait, excuse me now? And then she texts me back, epic penis. Damn it, epic penis. forget it. And I know what she's doing too, because she says forget it, and then she waits, and I know that she puts her phone down, walks away. She's like, all right, now I'm gonna go get it. And then I get the text back, epic penis again. So it still doesn't work. So I'm like, all right. And she was like, you know what I mean. No, I don't know what you want. It turns out she needed an EpiPen. But I can see how that would happen. And then this CVS trip was the first time I took the bus, the public bus, and it was something. I've decided to, and I shouldn't even do this, but I decided to label the people on the bus as sleepers and creepers. Sleepers are obviously the people who are sleeping. Creepers are the ones watching the people sleep. So I'm taking the bus home, and I got my eyes closed because I don't want to be a creeper. I'm sitting there, and I hear just. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm hearing things, not going to open my eyes. Then I hear it again. So now I got my eyes open just the tiniest little bit to see if I could maybe see what the hell is going on without actually opening my eyes. And all I'm getting is a shadow figure. And then I hear this one. It's like, ah! Now this just jolts my eyes open, and I'm looking straight ahead, and I'm like, holy shit. This guy across from me has his pants undone. Oh yeah, and he's jerking off. So I thought that it might be a good idea to maybe ask him to stop. I don't know why, but so I got up, and I get up, stand. I'm like, take my step to be right in front of him, and I'm like, I'm about to say something. He's like, son. If you say anything to me or ask me to stop, I will jerk off on you. You do your thing, man. And now I'm on my way home, and I finally get to my stop, and I get up and I see him, and he's like all proud of himself, just sprawled out. He's got his tongue out and everything, still didn't put his dick away. And I was just like, you serve an epic penis.
Fantastic.